Goodness, I am early. I hit the live button by accident, so I'm a little bit early. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to do that yet. I was just meaning to touch the screen so that it wouldn't go dark, so I wouldn't have to start all over again, and I accidentally hit the go live button, so here I am. Good thing I am sort of ready. Yeah, so okay, I'm going to have to give people just a few minutes here because most of you aren't expecting me to go live until 5 o'clock, but here it is a couple minutes early. So that's kind of funny. So I went and got my first COVID shot this morning, bright and early. 8:45 was my appointment, but I was glad to be able to get that appointment. So anyway, then I will go back. I got the Moderna one, and honestly, I did not even feel the shot. It's like, did you give me the shot? Because there, I felt absolutely nothing when she gave me the shot. Nothing. No sting, no needle prick, nothing. Nothing. I couldn't believe it. And she goes, "Oh, it didn't bleed." She says, "You don't need a Band-Aid unless you want a Band-Aid." And so I looked at pulled my sleeve back up. I said, "If it's not bleeding, I don't need a Band-Aid." So, but I did get a pin that said I got my COVID shot. So I have that. Um, but yeah, so I got that. And I have a little story about my weekend. I got up, was it Saturday? Yeah. I got up Saturday and cooked bacon. I was just getting breakfast started, and I usually turn the oven on warm just to put it in there so the bacon stays warm while I cook the other stuff. And my husband was taking a shower, so he wasn't quite ready yet for breakfast. And I was digging around looking for something. There's cupboard, our oven is built in, and so there's a cabinet above and a cabinet below. And I was first digging around in the bottom cabinet looking for something, and then I just had looked in the top cabinet and I heard this awful, awful buzzing sound. It was horrendous. And I thought, what is that? And I glanced down and I could see fire in the oven, and I thought, what's happening? Because the sound, it was, I don't even know how to describe it, but I opened the oven door and smoke and flames, and I immediately went to the sink thinking, I need to get water. I need to put the fire out. Should I call the fire department? I don't want the house to burn. Ken's in the shower. I mean, a gazillion things were going through my head. And I closed the oven, and I had enough sense to shut it off. And I still could, I mean, I was really shook up. I just couldn't figure out what was happening. And so what had happened is the element in the bottom of the oven blew. It got a big bubble. It broke. It blew. So the horrible buzzing was the electricity, which is what was causing the flaming and the smoke. And that all quickly went out when I had enough sense to turn the oven off and shut the door. But the good news is the bacon was fine. I only had the oven turned on warm, so it barely even gets hot. Um, but yeah, the bacon was uninjured. And we went the next day and ordered us a new oven because this one was old and the clock didn't work on it anymore, and neither did the self-clean function, and I couldn't see even putting the money into it for a new element when those things didn't work. So we have a brand new oven coming, but not till the end of next month. So yeah, that's going to be a while. It's always the way it is anymore. You have to order everything and it takes forever. Okay, so what time are we at? 5:02. So I've chatted for 4 minutes now since I came on early. So I will go ahead and get my phone in the air here and we'll get started. Let me bring this up on my iPad so I can see what's happening. I can hear myself. There we go. Okay, so thanks so much for joining me, and if this is a first time visiting my channel, I would so appreciate if you subscribed. I continue to try to grow my channel. And also say hello to me on the chat and tell me where you're watching from. That's always fun to see where people are watching from. Let's see, what do I have new to tell you Stampin' Up! Wise? Us as demonstrators, we get to see the brand new catalog tomorrow. I'm so excited. It goes live on May 4th, and if you have been a customer of mine this year, you will be receiving one in your mailbox sometime next month. Otherwise, you can always order a catalog, or you can look at it online once it goes live on May 4th. But yeah, there's going to be new in colors that they've been teasing us about, and I just can't wait to see all the new yummy stuff that's in there. If you'd like to shop with me, this is the address to my shopping site, and this is my March host code. So if you do shop with me, make sure you put that host code in if your order is under $150. And if it is over $35, I will send you a little thank you gift next month. So in April, if you do shop with me and spend at least $35. If you spend over $150, don't use that code, because you'll be your own host and you will receive rewards that you'll be prompted to pick out when you place your order. And then I also will send you a thank you gift as well. Okay, so we have that out of the way. And let's get started. I'm going to be using today the Whale Done stamp set. It is a photopolymer stamp set, and it's a whole suite of products. In fact, I started to, I was going to use this. This is the embossing folder that goes along with the suite. And what I did here was I took a piece of Pool Party cardstock. So there's what it looks like. And on the inside of the front cover of the embossing folder, I rubbed my Just Jade ink pad over the embossing folder itself. And then I ran it through my machine, and that was the result. I think it's really pretty, but it didn't end up working for my cards, so I went a different way. But I held on to this to use another time. And here's another piece that at one point I embossed and had inked up. I think I probably sponged that with a couple of different colors. So that's the embossing folder, and then there's beautiful papers. I'm going to be using this piece today, but it is a pad of 6x6 papers, double-sided, and they're wonderful. And these will probably be going away with the current, with the current catalog. I love this little whale one here. But yeah, these are really great papers. I hate that these are going away. But anyway, these papers are called Whale of a Time, and it's part, like I said, of this. There are pretty sequins. There is the coordinating punch that cuts out the whale, and I'm going to be using that. And I can't remember if there are ribbons. If there might be some kind of a ribbon or something. I don't remember. Okay, so I think we'll start with this piece of paper first. And I am going to be making an easel card. So a stand-up card, and it will be standing up the vertical direction. But I wanted to make use, I thought we may as well let this paper do a lot of our work for us, because it's so darn cute with those crabs and stuff on it. Hi, Megan. Thanks for joining me tonight. Okay, so I have cut my card base out of Calypso Coral. So it is cut, it's at the 11.5 size in length and 4.25 wide, and I scored it here at 5.5, and then I scored it again at 2.75 because this card is going, like I said, it's an easel card, so it's going to be standing up like that. And then I have another piece of the same color cut at the same size as the card front, so 4.25 by 5.5. Okay, and then this piece, I'm going to cut it so that it's 5.5 inches. I want it to cover the whole front of the card, so it's going to be 5.5 inches this way, but it's only going to be 3.75 inches. I think that's what I wanted. Let me just double check. Yes, 3.75 inches. All right, so I wanted to keep most of this pattern in here, so I kind of just took it over here and cut that side off. And don't throw away these pieces because you'll want to use them for something else. In fact, I'm going to use one of, I had a piece left over from my first card, so I used part of one of these pieces already. All right, so now this one, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it to that 3.75 inch mark. So I'm going to lose that one little seashell down there, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to cut a bit of the top off to make it that 5.5 inch size. I don't want to cut it off the bottom because I don't want to lose any of that design. And it's still going to leave us some of that seagrass or whatever you call that stuff, kelp, whatever it is that's hanging down there as a border. So that piece is ready to go. And I think it's so cute. All right. So let me bring in the other parts and pieces here. I've cut a piece of Pretty Peacock. Now this is one of the colors that's going away because what is that, 19 or 20, the 2021 colors are going away, and then we'll still have the 21-22 colors. Or wait a minute, maybe that's the 1920 colors. I think those are the ones going away, and we still have the 2021, and then the new ones that are coming will be the 21-22. All right, they go for 2 years at a time. So I'm going to glue this on, and we'll have just that little border on each side of the Pretty Peacock. So I will go ahead and do that part. So yeah, like I was saying, I got my first COVID shot this morning. I didn't feel a thing, but now my arm is starting to be a little sore. So I know that for sure I did indeed get the shot because like I said, there was no feeling to, there was nothing. I didn't feel a darn thing, nothing. And I thought, did she give me the shot for real? I mean, usually there's a little bit of a stick or something, but there was nothing. All right. So then I have another piece here, like I said earlier, of the Calypso Coral. And then that will give us that border along the side. All right. I got that off just ever so much. Maybe I can trim it on my little trimmer. Let me see. Little things like that bug me. I think I got it. It was just a tiny little sliver. And there is just a tiny little sliver at the bottom. I don't know if I'll even be able to get it, but I'll give it a try. I think I got it. All right, much better. Okay, now then we can put this on the front of the card. So we're just only going to want to, again, I scored this at 2 3/4 here on the front, and we're only going to want to put adhesive on this bottom little section right here, if you've not ever made an easel card before. And I think I'm going to just go ahead, let me bring in my silicone mat in case I go over the edge a bit. I'm going to use liquid glue just so I've got that tiny little bit of wiggle room, because I definitely don't want to get it off when I put it onto this section. Oh, I guess I should put a little bit in the middle. I want to make sure that stays stuck. Okay. Yeah, that little trimmer, Megan, that was a special little thing that I can't remember how we got that. It might have been a thing for when people signed up and the demonstrators were able to get it too. And I know they sold it for a while. You could order it. I would say keep an eye out in the clearance section, because sometimes they'll bring stuff like that back and put it in the clearance section. Or who knows, maybe it'll be in the new catalog since it was well received. We'll have to wait and see. All right, so I think I got that on there pretty even, it looks like. And this will end up standing up like that. And then I have a piece of white to go inside there. Oh, do I want to do that yet? Let me roll that adhesive back off there. I don't think I want to do that just yet. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and I've got some scraps here of white, and I'm going to use my Memento Black, and I have the whale from the stamp set mounted here. So I'm going to ink him up. He's so cute. Kind of looks like Moby Dick. All right. I'm just going to give that a good press here and let that ink soak in pretty well. There we go. And what else? Maybe on this piece. I don't think I need this black anymore right now. I've got the little seahorse, so cute, and the smallest little piece of seagrass. And I'm gonna stamp the seagrass. Let me see here. No, not that color. Shaded spruce. I think that's the one. Let me get a scrap here and stamp and see if that's the color I want. Yeah, that works. Or did I want Pretty Peacock? Because that will kind of, no, we'll just leave it at that. We will go Shaded Spruce. And I'm going to be die cutting this out, so I need to leave a little room there. And then the cute little seahorse. I'm going to stamp that with the Calypso Coral, keeping with the colors in the paper. I'm just going to stamp him like that. They like to hang out in that seagrass. We have an aquarium here in our city, and it's a really nice big aquarium. It's this town here, Newport, Oregon, is quite touristy. We have an active bayfront and, you know, fleet of fishermen, and they do a lot of crabbing and that sort of thing. But we have fisheries down there on the bayfront, and that's our big business here. But so we have this big nice aquarium, and at one time they have different traveling exhibits that come, and I'm going to stamp the turtle. That's what I have mounted up here with Mossy Meadow. Anyway, one of the traveling exhibits that came were seahorses, and they were so cool, and there were so many different kind. They're really interesting looking when you see the real thing. All right, so I'm stamping the turtle. There we go. So I missed what you were saying weird about, Megan. What were you saying weird about? Okay. So now I have the two smallest size ovals from the Layering Ovals die set. And I'm going to first cut these images out. And I probably should not do that one yet. I don't know what my dogs are barking at. I'm not sure if you can hear them, but I think they're just barking because they know I'm in here talking. So yeah, they're going to be naughty. All right. So there's that, and then I have another piece. Isn't that pretty with the jellyfish? But I'm actually using the back because this is that Pretty Peacock color. And I want to cut a couple of pieces out of this that are going to go behind those two. So this one can go like that. And the tape I use is Post-it tape. It's just, I found it at Walmart. I like that it's on a dispenser. I think one dispenser of it can last for years. because I reuse my little chunks over and over and over until they are not sticky anymore. And then this one kind of needs to go that direction. And now I'm going to cut that off, trying to not waste this gorgeous paper because it's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to run all of these through my machine real quick, and I can cut them all out at one time. If you guys have a stamp set or card design or something that you'd like to see me make something with, let me know, and I will do my best to make that happen. I think, Megan, you know what? I mean, there's many things I like about Stampin' Up, but one of them is that everything's so coordinated. You don't have to think about it because the packages of printed papers, you know, give you the colors they used. And so you can just easily coordinate things and it all works together, and you know, that's a big plus when you're trying to design something, I think. And the products are quality products. I have been stamping and collecting my stash in my stamp room since the late 80s, and I have many things from many companies, but and yes, I know that I sell this stuff, but I also really enjoy their products. I still use all my other stuff as well, because I enjoy all of the things I've bought over the years. So, but yeah, Stampin' Up is up there as far as quality and just coordination, I guess. Okay, and you just build a little bit at a time. You know, that's what I think. You just, whatever you can do, you just build your collection as you go along. Okay, so I am using one of the blending brushes and Pool Party. And I am gonna get a scrap. I guess I can use this little one here because I just want to ink around the edges. I don't want that stark white. And they're under the water, so we need to have a little bit of watercolor there, really. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this Pool Party on here. All right, there's that one. Okay, so I'm good with that. And while I'm at it, I may as well bring in the punch and punch out the whale. so you can see, you can actually, on the whale, you can not stamp him at all if you don't want to. You can punch him out. There's a little dot for an eye. There is his fin that's separate, and then you can punch this part out in white that goes on his belly there. And then there are the splashes or the whale spouts there. So that's a fun punch. I haven't tried doing that one yet. We're just building him without stamping him. I will have to do that one of these days. I've got ink on my thumb. All right, I'm going to take my light pool party and I'm just going to go around that border and take that stark white edge away. This pool party color here is good for so many things. If you take it around your little characters, if you're kind of building a scene, it just kind of makes them pop off the page. I really like that color. Okay, so what else do I want to do for the whale? I'm going to, oh, I'm not done with the pool party on him. I'm going to just put a little bit of it right here on the underneath side of his belly and around his eye. And then I'm going to take Wink of Stella and I'm going to sparkle him up. And I'm just putting it where the black ink is here. I mean the image of him. I'm not going on the outside border part. I think I need to put a little bit more on the brush there. I don't like to get too much on because then it's over glittery. Okay, it looks like it's all sparkled, I think. Let's go right back in this area a little bit. All right, I can set that aside and let it dry. Thanks, Megan. I think it's a cute set too. Okay, so I've got light Flirty Flamingo here, and I'm just going to color in the highlights here on the seahorse. So that one's ready. And then the turtle, I have light and dark Old Olive. And I've got light Mango Melody, and I just stuck my, you know, I'm really good about that. Put this away so I don't do that again. All right, I'm going to put a little of this light Mango Melody on the spots of his shell. There. I'm going to come in with light Pretty Peacock and take it around these spots around the edge of his shell, just for fun. And then I will color the rest of him here with these Old Olive colors. I guess Lacey's just going to bark the whole time out there. I think they have to be the watchdogs when I'm back here or something in my room. Oh, I'm kind of liking him. I think I'm just going to leave him like that. I'm kind of happy with him the way he is there. Okay, so now I can pop these up with some dimensionals. And not that it matters a great deal, I kind of just wanted that seagrass going. I didn't want it to be upside down, I guess. So I have it turned the way I want it there. So there are those. Let's bring this back. I have the sentiment from the set that says thanks a ton. And I'm going to bring the pretty peacock in and ink that up. And we are going to put it here. Thanks a ton. Okay, now then, I kind of look at these two, the seahorse and the turtle, as a bit of spotlight. If you've ever heard spotlight stamping, it's a little bit different of a technique, but this just kind of reminds me of doing something like that. Because they are in the spotlight, they are popped up and they have their cute little borders around them. But the star of the show, of course, is the whale. And that's why he's glittered up. So I think we will put the turtle right about there. There we go. And let's get this popped up. Come on. That one was really stuck. All right. Cute. Okay. Now then, I'm going to be putting some bling on there too, but let's go ahead and do the inside. I'm not going to stamp a greeting on it because I don't know really what I want to put as a greeting. Where's my little strip? I see I got some ink on it. That's why I keep flipping it over. I got some ink on it with my inky fingers, and that was the adhesive I started putting on it. So I'm just going to take that off so I can use this non-inky side for the front. Okay. And this is not the strip I want because that's not wide enough. I'm going to use this one. And I think, let me cut a bit of it off. I think I'm going to put it right about there. But I'm going to pop it up because it needs to be the stopper for when our card is standing up. So I'm going to put dimensionals down the length of it here. And let's see, let's get it turned the right way. Well, maybe I need to turn it this way. I guess I do because I'm going to have to trim this off, and I didn't leave very much room on that end. And I'm going to put it up right about there, and I need to make sure it's straight, so let me just hold it up here. Of course you could measure, that would be too easy, right? Okay, I think that's good. And now I can turn it over and trim this. Okay, and get this put on the inside. There's a little bit of something sticky there. Yeah, see my green ink smudge there. That's what happens when you stick your finger in the ink. Okay, so now it's time for bling. I have two different kinds here. I've got the opal rounds, which are so pretty and iridescent. And I think they kind of look like bubbles. And then I have the Whale of a Time sequins, which goes along with this suite. And there's all different kinds of things in there, seashells and all kinds of small and bigger sizes of sequins. So I'm going to just use my Take Your Pick tool. Let me pop out a seashell here. And there's different sizes of those too, I believe. Don't think the seashell's going to show up too good on that. So I'm not going to use the seashell. I think I will just bring in some of these. I squeezed out the putty a little bit too much on the end here. Okay, let's see, what other color? There, that one's pretty. I still want a seashell. I just don't think it's going to show up. Haha! Like tiddlywinks. Did any of you play that as a kid? Do you even know what I'm talking about? All right, I need one more little one. A little one. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on those so I don't flip them and spill them everywhere. And I think I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen for this. Where's a scrap? I want to see if it's, make sure if the tip's unclogged. Usually I have to poke the needle back in here and just clear it out a little bit. Still clogged. I must not have cleared it out good enough when I put the lid on it. Let's try it now. Uh-oh. Okay, well, if one way fails, we'll try something else. I've got a regular needle. That's not going to fit. Come on, glue. There it comes. Yep, it just had a little bit of a clog in it there. All right, good to go. Okay, let's do this. This one here is upside down. There we go. Come on. I think we're about to get it. And I think I need to put a little bit more to hold this because it's kind of concave under that seashell there. So I need to get a better hold of it. All right. Hopefully those will stick. Okay, now on the front, and let me just do this to be on the safe side there. Oh, I think I have the side open on this. I do. All right. Now then, these are self-stick, so I don't have to worry about gluing them. I need to pinch off a little bit of that because it's just too much. Too much. And maybe I took off, nope, there we are, we're good. All right, so we are going to have a couple of these coming out here. Like maybe he's blown some bubbles or whatever. And then we'll have one more up by the turtle. If there's no rhyme or reason to the way I'm grabbing these, it's just whichever ones catch my eye with the sparkle. I'm gonna put one up there by the turtle. And I think we are good. Okay, so there is the front. Thanks a ton. And then it can just pop up there so whoever gets it can have it standing up and they can see it all the time. And then inside you can write or stamp whatever you want to put in there. And if you wanted to stamp something along the bottom there, you certainly could. And then it can just stand up like that. It'd be great, you know, so whoever receives it can pop it on their side table or their desk or mantle or wherever they want to have it to look at for however long. It's a fun card to create, and you can make your easel go either landscape or the other way, horizontal, whichever way you want it. Horizontal, vertical, what is it? Landscape, and what's the other, what do you call the other one? I can't remember. This is not landscape. Landscape's the other way. And this is, I don't know. Portrait. Thank you, Megan. Oh, God. I hope you guys like it. It was a fun little card, and it really doesn't take so long to create, especially when you use that patterned paper, because that does half the work for you in creating that background. And so yeah, fun little card. Here was my first one. I didn't get sequins put on that. That was kind of an afterthought, so I will have to go back in there and put a little bit of sequins there. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Oh, I didn't put bubbles. I forgot to stamp the little bubbles. Do I have them on here? I do. Let's get them on there maybe. Forgot the bubbles. See if I can do it without ruining anything. There we go. They just needed a few bubbles. For the turtle too. There we go. That's better. Yeah. All right. Okay, well, I will be live again Friday over on my Facebook page, which is also JannaStamps, so be sure to come look for me there. I go live there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time, and would love to have you join me over there as well. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been fun, and have a great rest of your week, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Happy stamping, y'all. Bye-bye.